What up, though?
Hey.
What up?
There you go.
What's
up, baby? Congratulations.
Congratulations, champ. Man, pleasure to meet you, man.
What's up, brother? You good?
Good.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Chan, those are real shoes, bruh.
I don't know how that young man can wear them old man shoes.
Man, P9000, bro. That's
You
what
run
it is.
like that, you wear whatever.
He sure can.
Hold up, limitless. Niggas to me, can't pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Get my people feeling militant. Way I'm finna get me up. On the mission, get me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust. Limitless. Niggas to me, can't pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Get my people feeling militant. Way I'm finna get me up.
Cooper DeJean, man, welcome to the show, man.
Appreciate
really excited about this. Probably ever since I made that draft tape that I was right about, by the way. I just want to tell everybody that I was right. This is Fred Taylor, this is Channing Crowder. I'm Ryan Clark, Cooper DeJean, Super Bowl champion. Cooper DeJean, the first man to score a touchdown on his birthday in the Super Bowl. Pivot fam, thank you for pivoting with us. This episode is brought to you by Crown Royal. I think the first question is, man, how are you healing up from your parade injuries?
I'm doing well now. Saturday was a little tough, just recovering from celebrating, and the little cut I got on my eye but it was all worth it.
Was it more recovering from the beer can that cut your face or the beer cans that you drank?
Probably the beer that I was drinking. Yeah. More so that than the can in my face.
Has it hit you yet fully? Because this not normal. You walk in, start on with top defense in the league, win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Just off bat, less than a year.
Yeah, I don't think it has, to be honest. To me, it's just kind of like what I've been doing my whole life, like playing football, going out there and trying to do what I do. I feel like a lot of people are making it bigger than what I think it is, because to me, it's just football, like what I've been doing my whole life. So I just go out there and do my thing. I don't really think about, it's my first year, top defense in the league, all that stuff. It's just, to me, it's just ball, going out there and playing.
I would say you're a rookie and just don't know any better, based on the statement. But winning the Super Bowl takes you to an entirely different upward tier, right? We've hung around this guy enough to know that you don't really feel it until you're done. And when I say that is because of the fraternity, right? When you're around these guys and you see how, winning the Super Bowl separates you from just being teammates of other players over the years, it's just a different feel. Like, I see how the Pittsburgh Steelers get together, and I'm a bit envious of that, right? Because I didn't win one. And for a lot of the guys, that part is the part that, you'll recognize you feel the most. Just that brotherhood. You look back, man, it took this. We went through the grind. You're able to replay everything as if you're watching a television show, from training camp, the sweat and tears, all of the crap that was going on in the locker room, all of the shit that you didn't want to do. And now all of a sudden, that was the sacrifice and the investment you put in, on your body, on whatever. And you hit the pinnacle of the sport. I would love to have been in that position and to know what it feels like. I think you're gonna feel it later.
Yeah.
Do you have a parade set for when you get back home in Iowa?
I don't. Not that I know of, at least. Not that I know of. No, but there's a lot of people that were pretty excited. They had a whole little Super Bowl party down at my community center in my small town. I got a lot of text messages, a lot of messages over social media. So,
Right.
But no parade that I know of.
One of those text messages was Caitlin, another Iowa Hawkeye legend. How was the message, even though she's a Kansas City fan?
I think us going to Iowa together, I think she was just saying that she was proud of me, congratulating me. That not only that I scored a touchdown, but winning, the biggest game in football. My first year. So I appreciate her for that, sending that message, even though she's a Chiefs fan, and she claimed that she was cheering for them, throughout the game. But no, it was cool to get that message from her.
Sitting across from you, bro, I am getting old. I try to fight it, but I have 2 kids older than you. Because I was just, recognizing that, you turned 22 on the day of the Super Bowl, and I think that's just the level of maturity that you're showing and the way that you were able to play, able to adjust as a rookie, and then a little level of naivety, which is awesome, that you don't realize how big of an accomplishment and how big of a role you played in that accomplishment is. And I think you will eventually get to that point. A lot of these videos, Coop, have come out about some of the speeches given by the veterans before the game. I've been in that meeting before. For you, what was it like for Jalen and Saquon and Chauncey and all those guys to get an opportunity to speak to the entire team and talk about what the Super Bowl moment meant to them before the game?
It gave me chills, damn near made me emotional. Just watching those guys up there talking about their experience last time and the way it made them feel. You hear Jalen talk and Saquon every once in a while, and BG, but those other guys, like you don't hear them like talk like that or get emotional, get up in front of the team and say things like that. So I think it just inspired me. Like even though it was the night before the game, like I was ready to go, ready to play right at that moment. Just seeing how last game, made those guys feel and not wanting them to feel that again. And I think everybody knew. Like we knew what we had, we knew who we are as a team, and we didn't think, it was going to be close, at all. As long as we played our game and did what we've been doing all year, we knew we should win this game by a large margin. And that's what we did. And I think that really inspired a lot of the guys in that meeting room, just seeing those guys get up there and talk and seeing the guys get emotional about how much this game means to them and how hard it is, to get to that point. Because me, it's my first year. I don't know anything else besides, going all the way to the Super Bowl and winning it. So it was cool to see those guys kind of come out of their shell from what you usually see around the locker room and see them get emotional and talk about their journey.
Listening to you say that, Saquon said, I don't care how many times they've been there, they've never seen a team like us. And he said, they can't fuck with us. When he said it, then that wasn't just a speech or rah-rah. Y'all truly believe that the two-time defending champion couldn't play with y'all going into that game?
Absolutely. I think that's what was on everybody's mind. We talked about all year, like, every game's about us, and what we do on the football field, because we know the talent that we have offensively and what we've done defensively, since the bye week. We just talk about every game's about us, and if we go out there and play our game the way we know how and with the guys that we got, like it shouldn't be close with anybody.
Cool, but what the inspiration's one side of the ball, then there's the X and O side. Y'all are getting ready for 2 weeks. Did you know Vic Fangio wasn't gonna blitz nan time? It had to be a time and breakdown where y'all like, so we not sending anybody ever? That was, honestly, it's crazy. That was the first game I've ever watched where no one blitzed for an entire 4 quarters.
Yeah, we had put a new blitz in. We ran some blitzes throughout the week, but I didn't know that we weren't going to blitz all game. Like I figured there'd be 1 or 2 at least, just based on the situation of the game. But if you watch it, we didn't really have to. Like those guys up front. Yeah. They were doing their work. Those guys, Jordan Davis, Nolan Smith, Sweat, BG even was in there running around. Those guys, Jalen Carter. Those guys are monsters. And makes it easy on us in the back end. When you got guys like that up front, we don't have to rush. We can play zone, play our match coverage, and let those guys go to work.
How do you pronounce your hometown?
Odie-Bolt?
Odie-Bolt.
Yeah.
Going back to Odie-Bolt, when did you realize that the NFL was a potential dream that could actually come true?
As a young kid, I was always, competitive, wanted to win. I feel like I was always on that another level compared to the kids in my area, because I'm from a small town, just under 1,000 people, so not many Division I athletes come from there. Really, even going into high school, I didn't know if I'd be able to play college sports. I thought I was going to be a basketball player going into high school, and football just kind of took off for me. And then I got an offer from Iowa. Was my only FBS offer that I had, coming out of high school, and that was my dream school, and that's where I wanted to play. Going there, I didn't even know if I could play there, to be honest. Coming from a small town, small school, I haven't really played any big time competition. So going there, my first year, played on special teams and got some reps on defense a little bit, and then the year after that was kind of when it took off for me. When I kind of had that realization that playing in the NFL might be possible. Went through my sophomore year, had a good year there, and then my junior year I ended up getting hurt at the end of the season, so that made it tough on me whether to decide to come out or not. I decided to, and it's worked out.
Based on 2 stereotypes would make you a walking contradiction. 1, I saw your high school highlights. I didn't see a three-pointer. Most of the times they say white men can't jump, white men can't play cornerback. But I saw your highlights, and you were dunking all over the place. You weren't shooting the 3 ball, but you were dunking on everybody. And you're a hell of a cornerback. The athleticism, like the hard work, like what did you do in your youth years to develop your skill set?
So when I was a young kid, all I did was run around and play sports and go to the playground, do things like that, just staying active. My life's always been all sports, you know, and my parents, you know, they knew that's what I loved, and, you know, they taught me that I needed to work hard. You know, if I had dreams that I wanted to accomplish, you know, I had to work hard at those things. So there was a lot of sacrifices growing up that I had made to be able to push myself to get to this point. It wasn't easy, and, you know, I hope, you know, coming where I come from, you know, that I inspire, you know, those kids back home.
For sure.
From my community, though, that, you know, we're from a small town, but like, you put the work in each and every day, in the gym, on the football field, whatever it is, you know, you put that work in, like, you can go as far as you want.
You, are you fighting for equality? You see? No, RC's shirt, man, it's just funny to me. Like, but the Fred's question is weird. It's like, the white boy. Oh, damn, the white boy. Like, your name is known, and it's like, oh, that fire-ass white young dude that played for the Eagles. Like, just that, have you had that your whole life? Because in Odie Bolt,
They all look like him in Odie
I would
Bolt.
guess you're Odie Bolt's finest.
They all look like him, though.
And then you go to Iowa. And, you know, Iowa has some black dudes on the team. Obviously, Iowa a good ball club. But it's just at every level of football has everybody been like, damn, the white boy. I just had a conversation on a barbershop. Who was the last white corner? Man, Jason Sehorn. Man, Jason Sehorn was a goddamn safety. We sit and argue about you now. My kids know your name when I say we're doing
By the way,
who's that?
Jason Sehorn, who was my teammate, Riley Moss, who went to Iowa, was the first white corner to get an interception since Jason Sehorn.
Jason Sehorn is 73 years old. you get tired of that. It's always, like, you're just not a great corner. And it usually goes the other way. That's why I laugh.
Yeah.
You're just not a great corner. You're a great white corner. You're just not a great athlete. Man, that white dude can dunk. It's like, what's his name? Mac McClung just do it.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing that this white boy can jump over a car. He's an athlete. Just let him jump over the car. Do you get tired of that?
I think I don't know if I get tired. I kind of got used to it by now. It's kind of what's come with it, I guess. Me being white and playing corner. It's kind of what's came with all of it, you know. And Riley did it before me. You know, he got drafted 3rd round and the year before me. So, and I played with him at Iowa. So, I mean, I never really, you know, doubted myself because I was a white guy playing corner. You know, I kind of, it never really crossed my mind when I started playing, because I came in as a safety and then I got moved to corner, and it never really crossed my mind, you know, that I was a white guy playing corner. It was just me going out there and playing ball, you know, so.
Growing up in Odie Bolt, and what was it, OABCIG?
Yeah.
What the hell does that stand for?
It's 4 towns put into one. So Odie Bolt, Arthur, Battle Creek, Ida Grove. 4 towns put into one high school.
So with 4 towns put into one, Cooper, y'all was still 1A?
Yeah, so we went back and forth. My junior year, we were 2A. My senior year, we were 1A.
Well, you were a 3-sport star, right? Basketball, track, football. And you do all of these things, and you end up going from Odie Bolt to Iowa, where it is more diverse. And then you in Philly, you know, and you're not only in Philly, but you're a defensive back in Philly. And Philly has the super fan of super fans, cool, Gilly the Kid, right? He's the king now. So when I see you after the game, bro, and your parents meet Gilly, and he's hugging your parents screaming, he's a legend. What is the moment like, man, where you're like on the field celebrating the Super Bowl with Gilly, and Gilly is telling your parents that rookie corner Cooper DeJean, one of the best nickels in football, is a legend?
It's crazy. Gilly's crazy, first of all. No, he's a good dude. No, but just to hear him say that, I think he's been here his whole life, Philly. So hear him say that is pretty cool. He's been watching Eagle football for a long time. To hear him say that is, it's crazy to think about. I don't think it really crossed my mind when he said it, to be honest, to my parents. But he even gave me the nickname the Caucasian Cornerback. So that's cool too. I'll take that one.
He's fighting for your life.
But Gilly's crazy. He's been awesome. Really supportive. He's been a great guy to get to know.
When your parents walked off, did they go, Cooper, who's that?
Nah, they do him.
Why'd they have that voice?
Because they from Odebo. So they from Odebo. I'm just gonna tell a quick story, right? So I hate that you're sitting there, because normally when I sit with Super Bowl champions on this show, I like to be on the same side of the room as they are. Because there are certain things that you and I know that we share that they don't. They don't know what it's like to have 2 weeks to plan for the biggest game in the world, and even less to win it, Only you and I share that.
I already talked about this.
What we don't share is I ain't get no pick. Let me tell you about my interception story in the Super Bowl, Coop. So you get 2 weeks, right? So every time we're playing the Packers, it's the second Super Bowl I'm in, every time Greg Jennings is at 3, he runs the seam, right? Because they expect it to be on the backer, especially if we too high. So I said, man, if we go too high and they 3-by-1 with Greg Jennings there, I'm going to lock the corner, I'm going to still hang in the half, and I'm going to go pick off this seam. So here it is, dog, 25-yard line. I said, oh, it's it. So I lock Ike Taylor, I hang, bro. I even open up this way first, so Aaron eyes me, and then he gets right to Greg Jennings. This is it. I already planned it. I had signed a little joint that said Disney World, you know what I mean? Because you got to sign it in case you get the MVP. I was like, this is it. I'm finna go 90 yards in the Super Bowl after a pick. We win. It's me. I'm at Disney World. Take the kids, everything. It's fire, right? So, man, I get over there, cool. He throw it right over my hands, touchdown, catch it in front of Troy, right? So now I'm sick, because now I know forever they're going to show that play, right? I wasn't even supposed to be there, though, cool. This is me doing extra. So, man, next drive, they get a timeout. Man, Aaron Rodgers walking off the field, Coop, and go, 2-5. So I turned around, he go, right? And people say that's why I don't like him, but that's not true. I like Aaron Rodgers, fine. But I do want to ask you, bro, one, y'all played the play perfectly. It's a sprint out. Chauncey gets the corner. Oren is wrapping to the quarterback. You fall back in, you get the pick, bro. You run, you score. At that point, what's going through your mind?
I was trying to catch my breath. I had all this excitement and adrenaline. It's already the Super Bowl, so you're already, you got all that, energy built up. I was trying to catch my breath. I don't know if I really realized, how big of a moment it was, at that time, hearing Saquon. I don't know if you guys seen that mic'd up what Saquon said to me.
What did he say?
It was something about being a big player. I forget what exactly it was, but he said something to me, and that was pretty cool. That's when I kind of realized, that was a pretty big moment in that game. Really, if you look at that play, everything played out perfectly. It was a sprint out. Zach Bond ran to the flat, which was, we're playing quarters coverage, so they were in a bunch, ran like a box. So it was a sprint out, and they had 4 guys flooding that side of the field. So Zach Bond ran through, allowed me to fall back inside, and Orem was wrapping around and put pressure on the quarterback. And I just had to catch the ball first. I dropped a couple earlier this season, so luckily I caught it there in the Super Bowl. Took it back to the house. But it was a cool moment, especially watching it back now on video. It's crazy.
You caught the booty of the ball, too.
I know. I almost dropped it. It almost snuck right out of my arm. Snuck right out of my arm.
Coop, you mentioned Saquon. I'm a huge fan of Saquon. And I wanted to ask you your welcome to the NFL moment, because you would arrive here to Philly, same year as Saquon, team full of stars. You look around, you have a team full of stars. But I want to go back to the mic'd up. I heard he and Jalen speaking about, Jalen said he was the missing piece of the puzzle that got you guys here. What's your thoughts on Saquon? Having seen him play for the Giants, now you arrived the same year, your teammates, just going through the season, how he is as a leader, as a player. I just want to hear your thoughts having to be on the opposite side of him every day in practice.
Yeah. First off, he's one of the best leaders I've been around, ever in my football career. because he's such a, everybody sees him as this amazing player, you know, on the field, but like off the field, he's such a down-to-earth guy. You know, I remember when I first got there, so I was just a quiet guy walking around, trying to get my feet wet, figure out my way around the building. And you know, he was a guy who every day would always check up on me, you know, make sure I was good. So that was awesome. Just, you know, such a you see him as a superstar, you know, when you first get in there, and then, you know, seeing him just like as a normal dude, you know, asking how you're doing, things like that was cool. I'm glad I don't have to face him in a game though. You know, he's done some stuff on the football field that probably won't ever be done again. The backwards hurdle that he made is probably the greatest football play I've ever seen. But just watching him and what he does, and you know what he does for our offense, because it opens up so much stuff for our offense when you got a running back like him. You know, catch the ball out of the backfield, run the ball the way he does with our O-line up front, and then it opens up the passing game. You know, and then you got A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, those guys on the outside. Like, I mean, I don't know if you're a defense how you really stop that, to be honest. But you know, Saquon's an amazing dude, amazing football player as well. So it's been fun to watch.
I never thought this would be a thing on the pivot. We're actually going to have 2 Iowa Hawkeyes back to back, right?
Tristan Wirfs, right?
Tristan.
Yeah.
We had Tristan on the show, and Tristan made a very big claim when it came to you and Saquon. What Tristan said was, hey, I know everybody loves Saquon, and he has all these amazing track measurables and statistics, but he said Cooper DeJean had a faster, I think you had a faster, 100? And he said you had a longer long jump. Tristan saying that you are a better athlete than Saquon Barkley? It's just the numbers, Coop.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm a better athlete. Maybe I'm faster. I don't know. We might need to get a race in.
It's not maybe. Did you outran him?
I mean, I think I ran like a 10.6 in the 100 was my fastest. I don't know what Saquon's was.
10.7.
Yeah, I ran 10.6. And did you do long jump too?
That's the thing I don't know, but to Tristan's defense, it depends on the definition of athlete. But you're a 3-sport athlete.
Yeah.
Running backs most of the time only know how to play running back. And with those thighs on Saquon, I don't think he did many other sports other than track and football.
Yeah. I haven't seen him hoop, or I've seen him play golf. He's getting better at golf. He's got a little work to do, just like me. But we play golf together. He's a solid golfer. I don't want to make any claims that I'm a better athlete or not.
I mean, Coop, listen, I'm just talking about the numbers and the measurables. You know, nothing about who's the better athlete. Fred made that a bigger thing. I just wanted you to know.
Tristan did,
I just wanted you to know that Tristan stood up for you, bro, and he showed love.
Why do I assume that you're a great golfer?
It's tough when you can only play however many months out of the year.
Yeah.
You got like 6 months you're playing football, so you can't really play golf. But last summer I think I was like a 10 handicap at the end of the summer. I'm trying to get back there this off season. Hopefully I can. I'm trying to break 75 this off season.
Damn.
In 18 holes. I've gotten down to.
He's an athlete.
about
My
80,
thing,
so.
Fred, I just try to get into double digits. Give me old 98, I'm good to go. But speaking of athletes, because you brought up AJ and Devonta, even just in your division, I want to bring up everybody. You got CD, you got Scary Terry, you got Neighbors, you got all those dudes, like, coming from Iowa. You weren't playing guys like that. And to step on the field with them dudes every day at practice, because like you said, you don't see Saquon too much. But I'm sure you got to go see AJ in the slot sometimes, and Devonta and all them. Like, what was that transition from? Because you're athletic, but it's different just being fast and quick and being able to cover the top receivers in the world.
I think when I first got here, I was a little starstruck, you know, lining up against those guys. You know, I was a little too nervous. I wasn't being myself. So those guys were working me out there on the field. So once I got, you know, comfortable, and like you realize, like, you know, these guys are just like me. Like, these guys are athletic dudes who play football just like I do. They're gonna make mistakes, and so then I think my confidence just grew, you know, over time, and you know, I just was lining up like, all right, let's do it. Let's line it up. It's me and AJ Brown. Let's just go at it. Whoever was in the slot. But those guys made me better, you know, throughout the course of training camp, and you know, throughout the season, when the first part of the season when I was on the scout team, going up against those guys, I think it gave me really gave me the confidence, like I can really do this, like I can play, you know, and start for this team, and you know, it helped me. You know, I think, you know, when I did start after week 5, got out there and, you know, just allowed me to play confident.
There's a clip, super intelligent football analyst works in the NFL that said during the bye week that I felt like the answer to all the slot problems in Philadelphia was already in the building. I could have been right, could have been wrong. Turns out I was extremely right. Obviously paying attention to the news, your first preseason game wasn't like that though.
Hell no.
Talk to me a little bit about, because you have the injury at Iowa, you hurt a hammy training, and then was it the last preseason game?
Yeah.
You played the last preseason game.
It was ugly.
And my draft predictions wasn't looking good, man. Talk a little bit about that game.
Yeah, it was ugly. It was ugly. I mean, it was my first time back in a game since I broke my leg, and then I had the hammy. I mean, it was probably one of the worst games I've ever put on tape. You know, my DB coach would say the same thing. He'd tell me all the time, like Coach CP, he'd tell me that that's probably one of the worst nickel performances he's ever seen in a game. Just joking around. That's what he'd tell me. You know, ever since that, since I starting and you know, growing as a player. But yeah, it's crazy to watch that game and just to see how much I've grown. You know, over the past 20-some weeks. You know, throughout the season, and you know, going back, if I watched that game, I probably want to just shut it off right at the first play and not even watch it because it was ugly. But I mean, I just had to continue to grow, you know, and that's what I did. You know, I think sitting out those first 4 weeks probably helped me, you know, a lot. You know, just going up against those guys in practice, getting more comfortable in the defense, and just growing my confidence so I was ready for week 6.
Fast forward that to the start against Cleveland. How ready were you for that start? How confident were you that you could end up playing as well as you did that day and then continuing to get better to obviously the interception in the Super Bowl?
So I think I was really confident. I think going through the first 4 weeks in practice, like just getting more comfortable in the defense, I think helped me a lot to be ready for that moment. I was confident going into that game, just waiting on my chance to get in there and try and make an impact on our defense. Kind of just kept growing over time, every single week since that game. You know, I feel like I've gotten better and better each week.
Hey, Whiskey fans. Crown Royal is here with a gentle reminder that in life, it's not about what you got, but what you give.
Because when you pour a glass of Crown Royal, generosity is sure to follow.
Man, that's right. Bringing you and yours together with the celebration of royalty.
Freddie T, Pops always told me you drink it neat. I mean, with Crown Royal, you can discover that smooth really is a flavor. And man, it even comes in an iconic purple bag.
They call me OG. Everybody yells Unc in the airports. You know what? I like mine straight out the bottom. That purple bag, man, neat. Right there in the glass, man. This Crown is special. Y'all boys got to learn how to drink like a king.
I like mine chilled, RC. A little Crown and ginger. This is the real winner. I like to sip it too.
How about you, Chant?
Man, it's deluxe. And deluxe is in the details. It's been distilled and crafted since 1939. Fred, you got one of the first bottles out of that barrel, didn't you?
I mean, Freddie T, you know, there's always a special cheers. When I played for the Steelers, DeShay Townsend, now coaches in Detroit, he would always say, we clang them. When one brother makes a play, we all make a play.
And at the end of the day, please drink responsibly.
You know, you have like these teammates that have kind of become, especially once you win it, like they become like these mythical creatures. Your quarterback, who I communicate with, and he older than me, bro. Like, maybe not in age and physical ability, but in spirit, he's the oldest human in the world that plays football professionally.
Yeah.
And it's so funny, they did like the Disney World thing and they were asking him questions and he wasn't even fun.
No.
Like he's, you know what I'm saying? You know, like normally like people play along with that junk and answer it. They asked him at media day, hey, who you think won the beef? And he was something like, oh man, you know, I'm an old soul. I listen to like Teddy Pendergrass. You know what I mean? I don't even know what that is. When you are on the other side of the ball, but talk a little bit about Jalen's focus, Jalen's leadership and how his sort of demeanor, characteristics, and personality as the quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles helped you guys get to the pinnacle of the sport?
Being the quarterback, everybody's watching you. So, just the way he carries himself, throughout this whole season, I don't know, you could probably count on one hand how many times I saw him smile in the locker room. He's just been extremely focused throughout the whole season. Ever since I got here, and just seeing that, especially as a young guy, like just watching him and see the way he works after practice, the extra work that he puts in the weight room. Seeing that as a young guy, I think you see that what it takes, to be great. And I think that's, helped our team, throughout this whole season, just stay focused. Because everybody knew the goal, everybody had been there. Well, most of the guys had been there, been to the Super Bowl, and had that feeling of that loss. You could just see, the focus and determination in him, throughout this whole season. And I think it carried over and rubbed off on a lot of guys in our locker room, just to stay focused no matter how big of a win we had during the season, or even if we had a loss, just to stay focused because we all knew what the end goal was.
Talking about being great and carryover. The Eagles hired Nick Sirianni in 2001 after Coach Doug Peterson. He traded away Carson Wentz. People thought it was crazy that you traded away the guy who took you to your third Super Bowl and eventually won. Traded him away for Jalen Hurts. Obviously, we know the story behind that. He challenges the Eagles fans. He's fiery. That relationship with the players. What makes Coach Sirianni as good as he is? Actually, what makes him great? Because he's gone to 2 Super Bowls in 4 years, right? What makes him great?
I think just his passion, that he has. Everybody sees his passion that he has for the game and for our team, and what he stresses, the details within the game. We sit in every single team meeting after every practice and go over the littlest details, whether it's ball handling, tucking the ball away, getting the wrist lock when you're carrying the ball, me catching punts, whatever it is, alignments, motion, different things like that, just going over those things. And I think that's really what makes our team great is our detail and everything that we do, and that's what he preaches and talks about every single meeting. There hasn't been a meeting that's gone by that he hasn't talked about those things. You add that on top of his passion for winning and for our team and for his willingness to get better. I think is what makes him such a great coach. And he makes our locker room fun. And he preaches, being able to connect. Because it's tough when you're in the NFL and everybody's got kids and families and everybody's going home, going their separate ways, and you're not really hanging out outside the building like you are in college, where you have your roommates who are on the football team. So really making it like a college environment, I think, within our locker room and our building has gone a long way for our team as well.
Is there a nugget or anything that he shared with you personally that helped you, transition to the game or give you more confidence so you can go out there and be the player and person you are?
I think really just what he talks about, it's about us. Like every game's about us as a team. I've never heard that from a coach. Just focusing on what we can do each and every week to get better and what we do throughout the game with the talent that we have. And we do what we do on the field and we play the way we know how. Like Saquon said, nobody can mess with us on the field.
You a good-looking dude. I done seen you like to come out with your shirt up. You got the abs and all that stuff. Very articulate. Smart young man. And now you're a Super Bowl, like you said, Gilly said it, like a legend. Like everybody's gonna remember that pick 6. How has the social life changed in the last 12 months? Because I know them girls throwing it.
Chan. You gotta ask it the right way. You gotta say, Cooper, how does Steph feel now that you're a young sex symbol?
Hey, Cooper, how does Steph feel now that you're a young sex symbol?
There you go.
Yeah, she's been a trooper. She's been handling a lot, going through a lot, but she's been there every step of the way, been supporting me. I met her back in college, so she's she's been there for me, which I appreciate and I need. Throughout this crazy time, my phone's been blowing up, especially after the Super Bowl. It's almost hard to even go on my phone anymore, just because everything that's going on, getting tagged in a bunch of stuff and things like that. But no, she's been a trooper. She's been there for me, so I appreciate her for that.
Because I always say I really enjoy the fortune of football. I didn't much like the fame.
Yeah.
Like everybody talking to you everywhere you go and all that stuff. Like now you're famous. I won't say overnight, but it's been a big transition. Like I said, when I told people why I'm flying to Philly, oh really? Like people sit up in their chair when they hear your name now.
Yeah.
So it has to be like you said, a tough transition. So your lady, your parents, I'm sure, Jason and Katie, they've been through, they're going through it with you. But yeah, man, that fame's a bitch sometimes.
It's been tough a little bit. Just like going out and going places, and sometimes you just want to, enjoy your time, out and go do things that you want to do, with your people. But I understand that it's what comes with it. But there are those times where you just want to, sit back and relax and, with your people and, do things that normal humans do. That's what comes with it. So
we'll come chill with you in Odie Boat.
Yeah. Not going to Odie Boat. Hey, there's a reason we shot today. Because when I was talking to Kyle, I was like, when is he going to Iowa? So I was like, we got to catch him before he get there. I was like, I'm not catching them 4 flights to get there. Man,
a river or a pond or something in Odie Boat? I don't know what you do there.
There's a little creek. That's about it. That's a little town.
Like Channing kind of hit on it in a joking way. Obviously, when I watch you and Reed wear the shirt to the game, I just tweeted because I'm truly a huge fan of your game. I was like, man, I need to get one of those shirts. Dude drove it up to me at NFL Films on the Tuesday. I was like, hell yeah, I'll wear it. I mean, I didn't know we have this moment. We talked a little bit about you saying, I don't necessarily look at myself as a white corner. I'm just a corner, which you are, right? And I think when it comes to you getting paid, when it comes to you earning your position, all of those things are strictly based on your performance. Now, there's also an affinity that black people have for white people who do things that white people normally can't do, right? For instance, if you go to the party or the cookout or just a regular dance where black people are and you can really dance, we're gonna love you.
Yeah.
Period. It's how it works. If you can hoop, we're gonna love you, right? And so you do have like this thing that is different about you that makes you in some ways special without you even trying. When you guys decided that y'all were gonna wear this shirt, because your agent asked me a very interesting question. He goes, do you think it's too much? He's like, what is your thought on it? I say, my thought on it is like, our culture, love him for it because he can do something that not a lot of people that are like him do now. The game has changed. When you get on the mic and they go, Reed and Cooper, the exciting whites, and I can't remember which one of y'all was. It was like, hold on, wait a minute. Yeah. You know what I mean? What has it been like, though, to sort of be, one, identified, but also sort of become a folk legend based on the fact that you're a white dude from Odie Boat that can flat out play a position that folks like you don't normally get drafted to play anymore?
It's been great. I've been getting a lot of love, and I appreciate that. Like me and Reed with those shirts, we had to ask a bunch of people to make sure it was all good because we didn't know how I would come across. But we got the okay and kind of blew up. I said this already, but I just go out there and play ball. Like I don't really think about, it's me being a white guy playing corner. I feel like everybody on social media and people around the world make it a bigger deal than I think it is. So, I mean, to me, it's just me going out there playing ball. And Kyle, he wasn't a fan of the whole exciting whites thing.
That's your agent?
He's not, yeah. He's not, he wasn't really a fan of it, but it's kind of caught on a little bit. I just try to go out there and play ball, really. I mean, I don't know how to answer.
What about that relationship with Reed, though?
Yeah.
Like, you know, you guys do seem close. You are extremely quiet, you know, and you do need people that can help bring you out. You know, you mentioned Saquon. Like, I just know, like, my closest friends were in the room. Ike Taylor, Troy Polamalu, Brian McFadden. Like, we all became family kind of before the rest of the team became family. Having, you know, Reed around and being able to develop that closeness, how did that help you early on in transitioning from Iowa to Philly?
Helped me a lot. He, you know, he kind of brought me in and just made sure I was good because, like you said, I was a quiet guy coming in, and you know, he was always checking up on me, making sure I was good. Like even outside the building, like we lived pretty close to each other, so we were hanging out outside the building, playing golf, doing whatever it was. So it was good to have, you know, a guy like him just bring me in and allow me to get comfortable. And you know, me and Q were pretty close too, so having him there, being two rookies, you know, helped a lot. You know, and just coming in and learning together, and learning how to be NFL players coming in. So those two guys really helped me along, you know, and just growing and with everybody in the locker room.
Hey, yo, where my whiskey fans at? Crown Royal is here with a gentle reminder that it's not about what you got, it's what you give.
I am telling y'all, man, when you pour a good glass of Crown Royal, generosity is sure to follow.
And you know what it is. Crown Royal is bringing you and your loved ones together in a celebration of what royalty tastes like.
Back when I used to do toasts and we would hang out, I'd make it quick, simple, and short. Good food, throwing good meat, come on, let's eat. Yeah, man, now that I got old, you got to talk about your kids and your family. Praise God for health. It changed, but Crown Royal is still right there with me.
So, raise a glass of the good stuff.
Hey, y'all, raise a glass to the generous spirit of Crown Royal whiskey.
And remember, please drink responsibly.
In the air tonight, Phil Collins, Lose Yourself, Eminem, and what more can I say? Jay-Z was always the songs I chose to get me locked in. If I can pass you the aux cable or ask you to put your playlist on the radio for the locker room, what would be the top 3 songs that you play to get you locked in to get ready?
Top 3 songs on my pregame playlist. There's a song called "Good Day." I forget who it's by.
Forrest?
Yes, I listen to that.
It's my favorite song.
I listen to "Piano Man" by Billy Joel.
Yeah.
I listen to like relaxing music because so it kind of keeps me calmed down.
Forrest and Billy Joel.
Any side A in there?
I listen to "Long Journey" and then "Long Journey" by Rod Wave. Those are probably
Rod Wave, dope.
my top 3 songs on my pregame playlist.
Don't grab the aux cord then, because Jalen Carter gonna choke the hell out of you.
His name, by the way, Chan, his name is Forrest Frank.
Huh?
His name is Forrest Frank. He's a gospel
Frank
singer.
and Billy Joel Cyrus. Who
Not
is
Billy
these
Joel
people?
Cyrus.
It's Billy
man.
Ray Cyrus.
That's
Miley
the
Daddy.
crazy girl.
He just want to listen to Young Jeezy and somebody from Atlanta. He's not like Coach.
Ain't no more playing
After
GA.
that,
I love his
that's it.
best.
Cool.
Troy.
If you have the aux, I would at least be singing with you, bro.
That's
'cause
my pregame playlist. So I could go anywhere. I could go country. I could go hip hop. Whatever you need. I got it.
Why you try to pigeonhole my dog into a box, man? We talk about just that moment.
You yell Forrest. He
That's his
brings
name,
up
Forrest
Billy Joel Cyrus. I don't know these people.
So I want to ask you a question, though, about fashion. So I think, this is my opinion, I think Devontae is the best dressed person on your team. Devontae Smith, game day.
Yeah.
Right? I think he's clean. What I loved about what you did for the Super Bowl was you wore your high school letterman, and on your cleats, it had your area code. Mm-hmm. Then there's an arrow pointed to the Philadelphia area code.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool because it's like the small town kid who still behaves in that way, but plays this big game, is now on the biggest stage representing where he's from. Why was it important to you to make sure your hometown was represented on what was the most important life of your athletic career?
Yeah, I take a lot of pride in where I come from. So being a small town kid, I take a lot of pride in that. And being able to play on the biggest stage, why not represent, where I'm from? Everybody can kind of figure out, where Odebolt, Iowa is and what, ABCIG High School is. So it was just awesome for me to be able to represent them and wear that jacket. I knew everybody back home would be watching, so get everybody excited back home and just to wear that on my cleats, just because it means a lot coming from a small town and to be able to not only go Division I, but then make it to the NFL after 3 years in college. It's a lot of emotion coming from there. Being able to do this and the support that I get from back home, it's just amazing to see, to be able to inspire those people back home. It's awesome for me. I'm just glad I get to. Hopefully, I'm doing it the right way, and I hope those kids back home are looking up to me, and I hope I can, put on a good show for them every time I step on that field.
I didn't expect that. That was, yeah, because you've been real chill, man. That was real. I watched the highlight. Number one, right? Late game heroics. Runs to the left, cuts it back all the way back across the field, scores a touchdown. We've seen big punt returns. We've seen all these huge plays that led to you getting drafted. And then it was sort of like throughout the season, like we could see it, you'd say it, but you know how it is, man. It's such a difference between 4th and 1 tackle on Jamar Chase in week 6, which was huge, or a 4th and 1 breakup and a pick 6 in the Super Bowl. So I don't really feel like you've been able to digest it. So this is what we're going to do here. This is going to be a Pivot original. We're going to let you watch it. And I just want you to take me through what you're seeing. I think even in the clip, Saquon tells you, he's like, you're going to have one better than that. So I want you to be able to check it out for yourself and really take it in, since you don't look at your phone.
It is 3rd and 16. Back goes Mahomes. He's rushing. He's looking. It's intercepted. It's intercepted.
I did catch it back to the ball.
To the 25. Down the far side is
I don't even know if there was anything going through my mind in this moment, just trying to get in the end zone. I didn't have any celebration. It was kind of a weak celebration after. I was just running around. I didn't know what to do. I wish I had a better celebration than what I did, because that would have been. Me and Q had one planned, and we had talked about it, but.
What was it?
We were gonna do the Shawn Michaels Sweet Chin Music celebration at the end, because we've been doing. He's like a big WWE guy for some reason, and I used to watch it when I was a kid, so we had done the pedigree, the Triple H pedigree. I botched that. That one was on me. We were gonna try and get back with the Sweet Chin Music, but I was just running around like.
Have you ever seen Nick Sirianni's reaction to that?
Yeah. That was pretty cool to see too.
Yeah.
Seeing how excited he was, his facial expressions after the play, it was awesome.
Hey, Coop, I'm curious. Your greatest moment since, I guess, hearing your name called on draft day to, throughout the season, maybe a moment in the locker room, a moment in the playoff, maybe the pick 6, maybe the confetti, maybe the parade. I don't know. What's your greatest moment in the past year?
One of my favorite moments was after the Super Bowl. My parents were down on the field with me, and we were up on the stage taking pictures and stuff. My dad had said to me, because on draft night I was disappointed not going first round. That's where I thought I was going to go. Then dropping to the second round, but ended up in Philadelphia. And he said to me after the Super Bowl, when the confetti's coming down, just think about how disappointed you were on draft night, and now here you are in the Super Bowl, and you got a pick 6, and you're a Super Bowl champion. So that was a pretty cool moment for me, just hearing that from him. And also someone took a video of him when I got my pick six, his reaction, because my dad is always like a humble, preaching me to be humble and never really, like he'd tell me good job, good game, all that stuff. But I'd never seen him get that excited about a play that I made before. So seeing that video was pretty cool too.
There's a fable called Maybe So, Maybe Not, We'll See. When things happen in the moment, you don't really understand it. And eventually, at some point down the road, it hits you, and that was one of those moments.
Absolutely.
So I guess to end it then, that would be my question. Would you trade being drafted in the first round?
Nah, I wouldn't. No.
There you go.
Not to give up a Super Bowl, no.
Yeah.
No.
I love what you said about representing a small town and being from a small town and hoping to inspire. I think we all have dreams and aspirations. You know, Freddie T was a top 10 pick. You know, Chan was All-American, twice over, drafted. I was an undrafted dude, you know, and so like my dreams looked so much different than I think other people's dreams. You know, I was kind of like, man, I just want to make the team. I want to be a special team starter. I want to start, you know, and I had all of these goals and dreams that changed. In your wildest dreams, could you ever have imagined the kid in Odebo that walked into, OAB, CIG as a freshman hooper would have, at the age of 22, accomplished what you just finished accomplishing this year?
No, I mean, if you would have told me that back in high school, I would have thought you were crazy. I mean, all I wanted to do was to play in college, play a sport in college. I didn't know what it was. I wanted to just be able to continue to play sports at the next level. Never really, I mean, I had a dream of playing professionally, but I didn't know if it was possible coming from a small town, and I didn't know if I'd be able to go Division I, you know, play at that level. I would have thought you were crazy if you told me that. I'd be sitting here with you guys on this podcast right now, and I was a Super Bowl champ at 22 years old. It's just crazy to think about. You know, God works in mysterious ways, and you know, he has a plan for me. You know, I'm gonna continue to follow that and follow him. So, you know, hopefully we can get back to work here soon, and try and chase another one.
Man, I love that. Did you have a neighbor named Travis Barnes? He was the head of recruiting. He said that you had a neighbor that told him, you have to watch this Cooper DeJean kid when he was a freshman. And when you signed, what was it, 2021?
Yeah. Yep.
He actually, the guy from Iowa, I can't remember his first name.
I think it was Travis.
Yeah, he apologized. He apologized to your neighbor because he said he was right. You know what I mean? You did end up being all the things that he thought you could be.
Yeah.
And so, man, like, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's an amazing accomplishment to win a Super Bowl. But I think you already know the work just started. Mm-hmm. Enjoy it, have some fun, play some golf, enjoy Odebo while you can, but more will be expected of you the next year.
Absolutely.
Man, we just appreciate you taking the time to sit with us, you know, during such a busy time in life.
Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you,
Appreciate
bro.
it.
Yeah, and I bet you can buy a big-ass house in Odebo, can't you?
Man, good to meet you, brother.
Cool. Big fan.
Cool, when'd
bro.
you start
Much
dunking?
respect.
6.
When I was a freshman in high school.
You was a freshman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big
So
fun,
once you learned how to dunk, you was like F shooting it, huh?
I can still shoot a little.
No, they've been having a lot of highlights. I ain't seen you shoot a jumper.
That's what I was talking about, the J, right?
Yeah, I ain't seen you shoot
What's your
a
measurables,
jumper,
Scoop?
dog.
Hold up, limitless. Take a stomach, got pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling got me up. On the mission got me up. Knowing me, I got the key. On this vision, I can trust. Limitless. Take a stomach, got pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling got me up.